pattern I'm going to use to make the bodice of the dress. I downloaded this pattern years and years and years ago, so I have it in my on my hard drive, but it is still online. It has a name that's recognizable, Zaftig, so that's how I found it again. I did grab this off of the internet, and the picture does say it's the oh wait, that's the refresher, but I think '04 means 2004. So I guess that's how long ago that was. But I never made it. I never made this pattern. When I searched for Zaftig, I discovered that it was a common, not common because I had never heard it before, but it is a something used in the in American English. It's a term used to describe curvy women. When I looked at it some more, I thought this got to be German, so I looked that up too, and yeah, it is German, saftig, which means tasty. Here we have another term, also has to do with taste, piquant. Now this describes the level of the pattern. It's a challenging one. But that's okay. I'm better at knitting than I am at sewing. But here's the problem for me. I am not a Zaftig woman. I'm on the other end of the spectrum. But I studied this pattern. So first of all, let me show you the diagram. It's knitted. You knit starting from the straps, and those get attached behind the neck, and work them in parallel. And so I think if I adjust how many repeats of the pattern I do, and this is the pattern, it's using short rows. Short rows are a technique in knitting that allow you to obtain those nice curves. It's a really neat technique. So what I'm thinking is, I looked at this and it's talking about repeats. That's standard in knitting. The more repeats you do more repeats for the bigger sizes. So I'll experiment with that and see maybe if I do fewer, I'll have to determine would that work. So I'll judge as I go. You really need to work these things out to see kind of how it works. I will adapt that to my size. Make notes as I go, so if I want to use this in the future, I will have that documented. When it comes to following knitting patterns, I'm a maverick. I don't follow the pattern, and I don't follow the suggestions for the yarn either very often. So you might think, why are you following knitting patterns? Many times I'm not, but in this case I did find one that did exactly what I wanted it to do. And also I went ahead and I ordered exactly the yarn that they were advocating for, because it's a very specific type. It's cotton and a bit of spandex in it, which is rare. Most yarn doesn't have that. So it's going to have the exact right texture and stretch to it. So I did not want to stray from that. I had to judge the color online. Love those fabric and yarn purchases online. So I followed my rule of to choose something contrasting. So I kind of chose a complementary color. There's my fabric, and it's going to work really nicely. I think it's a little overexposed on this picture, but I think it will work really nicely. It's beautiful with my sweater too. I really like this. So I think this will work out really nicely. Finished the bralette, and if I hadn't been so cocky, I would not have finished it. This is completely finished. Crochet, edges, all the ends tucked in, both cups, strap, all done, and wrong. I really should have done one cup and seen how it went. This is a bra that fits me. This is something that doesn't. So first of all, it's got too much curvature right off the bat, like coming off here, too much curvature. So it just doesn't, it's got this weird bubble here at the top of the bra. And then it's, the cup is, I want to say almost right though, but there's a little too much curvature still on the sides. This works well if I'm wearing one of the, I have some very nice padded bras that give me just a very nice B-cup look. But this is on a summer dress, so I don't intend to wear a padded bra underneath. And this is a halter top, and I just don't have this kind of straps on my padded bras. So no, I want this to be able to fit my chest au naturel. I ended up essentially undoing what I had. It's knitting this whole thing probably took 2 movies worth. Yeah, you watch two movies and you can finish this. So it wasn't a big deal to have to undo it. I was experimenting. So now it does fit over my bras. I chose this bra, it's padded and it's loosely the shape of my actual chest. So it was good to use as a template. Modifications I did to get this to fit a smaller cup was, first of all, I did not start the short row until I got here. So the top part is flat. I think it really needs to be, even if you make this a bigger bra. And then for the short rows, I went all the way down to only a single wrap. For the double D cup, they were going, I think, 3 wraps, yeah. But I only wrapped 1 at the end and repeated that. Then I worked the increases in the middle same way, so you get a triangle. And I kept going, essentially, until I hit the bottom of my bra. And that was it. And then I continued some rounds to make the part that goes around the chest under the cups. And here I gave it some negative ease. Negative ease means I measured my under chest and I subtracted 4 centimeters from that. And then I cast on, because you do end up with 2 cups. You work 2 cups and you have to join the cups, and then you have to cast on more stitches in the back to make the loop. And you have to decide how many stitches do I cast on. And in my case, I did the math to fit an under bust that was 4 centimeters less than my actual measurement. So negative ease, this is elastic. I did a fitting. It fits just right. If this were just to be worn on its own, well, actually the pattern calls to put in an elastic to improve the fit. Because it fits just right, but it could be even a little smaller, and then the fact that the thread is nice and elastic would make it fit. But it'll work. So I'm not doing this a 3rd time, and I will put an elastic at some point under the bust to make this fit nicely. So for now, the plan is to make this fit to the skirt, and I still have this this double row of based stitching that I put in the beginning. Remember, to test the gathering. So I'm going to use this to make my skirt fit the top. But the width of this, like the circumference, it's going to be the fully stretched circumference of this. So I might just measure it and make it match this way. Fully stretched because I want to be able to slip that over my head, or maybe pull it up and put the strap over my neck. So yeah, I'll just take the fully strapped, fully stretched, and then attach those two together that way, and then this will relax, gather everything, and to have a more solid fit around the bust, I will add an elastic at the end. I have not fully decided, but I'm pretty sure I will be adding an elastic, so we shall see.